In this video, we're going to show you the first use we had for the CX37C. Tim's getting it off the trailer here, and he had to drive it down the road. Notice the red truck in the background that's turning around and going to come back towards us.
First time ever we've had a fan notice us on a project.
No, I'm rolling down through here, and at first I saw the green trailer and I thought, that looks familiar, I'm not really sure why, and then it's like, okay, Casey, red hair, I know who that is.
So Mark, how long you been watching our channel?
I'm going to say a good 6 months.
Okay, you have yourself a little tractor?
I do. You want to come out and look at it?
I'd love to.
But you're busy.
I just can't right now because I'm on a project. I thought I was in trouble. This guy drives by in a bright red truck. I'm going down the side of the road here, and I look back, and he's turned around.
You were
and
safe.
I thought, oh my goodness, he's the state police, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. What tractor do you have?
I've got a Massey.
Okay.
1526.
Oh, okay, that's a nice one. Yeah.
So you're welcome to come out and play with it anytime.
Oh, we need to arrange that. Right now, I got to get up the hill and get started digging. I got guys waiting.
I'll get his address.
Thanks,
Tim.
Nice to meet you, Mark.
Nice to meet
Leave
you.
a comment.
I will. I will.
So we got this new lapel mic system. We had it first time for the farm show, and it's probably more useful for the farm show, but it might be useful in the cab situation here. When we're inside the cab, it's hard to communicate, and so Christy gets to just kind of watch, and it's kind of boring. So we thought maybe with these lapel mics I could talk a little bit about what I'm doing and why I'm taking an approach I'm taking. First thing I want to say is I'm not a professional at this at all. You know, I don't have that much experience. In fact, on this channel you've seen essentially all of my backhoe experience or excavator experience, either one, because we've published most of it. But what I'm trying to do is get as much of the dirt off of these stumps as possible. I mean, the dirt's the biggest part of the weight, and so dealing with them later, coming along to pick these up, dispose of them, whatever we have to do, the more dirt on them makes more of a pain. Now, Jacque says he's going to try to pick these stumps up with his skid steer, and he doesn't think he can get up that hill very well with his skid steer, so I'm trying to put them down there on the as close as I can to the flat spot, you know, where it's level down there. Now, I'm not going to do a perfect job of filling this in, but I can do a little bit. I'll leave a little hump there on that side, and I'll bring that over with the bucket. There we go. That's not too bad. Let's see if I can back up here. So we've got, I don't know, it was 30 or 40 of these little trees. He set a fire out here and caught this whole row of trees on fire.
So tell us what happened to these.
Well, I bought a new log splitter and we cut down a bunch of trees back over here, and we had a bunch of brush, and we burnt the brush and stayed with the brush until there was no open flames, and then went down on the other side of the field and started splitting wood, and turned around to come back up to the house, and everything was on fire.
Oh my. So how many trees did you lose to the fire?
38. Planted 360 total on the property and never lost one until the fire.
How long have they been here?
Since 1998 or 9.
So they're all dead, and now he's trying to get the stumps out. He's going to have some new trees planted, I think, next week. While what we're doing here today seems like a, you know, kind of a minor cleanup, I think it was a pretty major, scary deal for the whole family. Let's see if I can kick that back on down there. Stay in the heavy grass. He doesn't want them in his yard, he wants it in the heavy grass. I don't have a lot of control on that. Now this bigger excavator, this is the CX37C. It's totally different when it comes to power. I mean, I'm not even trying to go beside it to dig out the stump. I'm just directly attacking it. Now I'm not going in very deep because I'm trying to keep as little dirt on as I can, but I can directly attack that. I could have got it out of there in one scoop. I'm just trying to be as careful as I can to leave the most dirt in the hole. Turn it over here and I'll see if I can wipe a little more of that mud off. think I did pretty good on this one. It's interesting. Some of them really do seem bigger than others, even though they were planted at the same time. I'm going to swing around toward the camera here and see if I can whack Christy.
Hey, Tim, that was right on top of one of those water lines.
That line there you're seeing is not a water line. It was a water line, a sprinkler line that was put in when Jacque said that put in when the trees were first planted.
Oh, okay.
So it's not an active water line.
That's good.
He does have some active water lines around here, but
right there, you can see it.
he said it's kind of a soaker hose thing he put in when he first planted them.
Okay.
Now let's make sure we don't tell Christy that even though I've got the front window open, I'm toasty warm in here.
Hey, that's not fair.
I think she may have heard that.
I did
hope
hear
not.
you. I have to stand out in the cold.
My toes are warm.
You owe me big time, buddy. This looks like a big one. Now he's throwing dirt on me. Now, why did that have such a big root ball?
You're getting close to the action there, Christy.
Yeah.
I really don't think there's much danger. I mean, you might get a little dirt flopped up on you, but I don't think there's much danger of any safety issue.
Are you going back with the same types of trees?
Yes.
Okay, and give us the name of them.
They are called Tetany arborvitae, and they're the ones that have the single shoot instead of the multiple shoots,
Okay.
so that when you have ice or heavy snow, it doesn't split them in half.
Oh, good to know.
They don't have a tap root. They're
Oh.
a hair root. They're easy to dig and transplant. They're pretty resilient once they get that root system in.
Okay.
Roll, baby, roll. Hey, Christy, run down there and kick that one.
Okay.
Just give it a big kick on the top side.
Yeah, right. Hey, I got it going.
There you
Yay.
go. I don't think she's too excited about that. I'm really surprised actually at how easy these are coming out. I would say I'm spending close to half of my time getting dirt off of them. And I don't know if that really matters, although sometimes I'm not handling the machine very well. Yes, I know, a thumb would be nice, a thumb would really help. I'm not ignorant of that fact. But guys, this is a loaner machine from Case Construction, as we've talked about before. And we're very thankful for Case sponsoring this machine and allowing us to use it and show you, that it can do some normal everyday jobs. So we're very thankful for that. And so far, they just haven't been able to come up with a thumb, and that's no big deal to us. That's just what it is. And I'm not going to buy a thumb for a loaner machine. So who knows how long we'll actually keep this particular machine. We're already on our second one. We had the CX17C to start, and then this is the CX37. This is the first, I don't know, I might call it real job I've done with the 37. And from a utility standpoint, from getting the job done, it's a totally different machine. I mean, it doesn't even sweat at jobs I'd have had to work at with the 17. There's no question about that. But there's trade-offs. It's a lot heavier. It's it's more difficult to load because of the weight. It takes more of a trailer. It's just in that area, it's just there's more responsibility as you add more machine. One thing we found is that in a lot of our business, being nimble, being able to load quickly, being able to get on any job site, not necessarily make big ruts places. There's a lot of value in that, and we may not need the largest, heaviest machine for the types of things we do. So I'm not actually sure at this point if the 37 is the right machine for us. And I hope that maybe through some of our videos here, you can actually see for yourself whether you think it's the right machine for you or whether you would want bigger or smaller. That's what we're learning, and it's an incredible opportunity for us, and I hope that by sharing these videos with you, you get to share some of the learning with us. For digging these stumps, I think that something in between the 17 and the 37 would probably be maybe optimal. But there's a vast array of attachments, hydraulically driven attachments, that say they need a 3.5 ton minimum. This is a 3.7 ton. And a bunch of attachments say they need a 3.5 minimum, so we haven't got to show off any of those attachments yet, but I will say that, you know, for a job like this, the extra size, while it's nice, it's, you know, it's offset by, again, the other items I talked about. We were able to use our bigger trailer today for the first time, so we used a BWise ultimate dump trailer. We were able to fit big Casey in here just fine. It was a lot handier, and I think we may have been overloaded when we're using our little trailer, so it was fascinating. Even though it's a lot heavier, you know, empty weight, you know, by the time you count the trailer and the 37 here, even though it was a lot heavier, I felt it pulled better than the other pull type trailer or bumper pull trailer. This one seems like it's got a lot of mud compared to how many roots. I'm gonna run over
now. He keeps making me back up.
I'm just harassing her.
You guys see what I have to
One
put
more
up
push,
with?
Tim. One more push. Ah,
I'll kick it over.
I'm gonna have to get her to kick it one more time. Right on the top. But don't fall down.
We've not been here very long. And he's
Come
already
on.
gotten a lot of them out.
There's
That's
my
really
thumb.
nice.
See if I can give that guy a toss. I kind of like to just poke my teeth into the side of that stump and see if I can kind of pull it up, you know, rather than digging under it, because when I dig under it, I for sure bring up more mud with it. Christy and I were talking on the way over here how time just disappears for me when I'm on a machine or working with a machine, even when it's not positive. In other words, if I'm having trouble getting things arranged, it seems like time just flies. And so I have no idea how long we've been working at this project. For me, it seems like just a few minutes, but Christy's probably tired and saying, why are we still here? But hey, for as many stumps as we're dealing with, I think we're doing pretty good. Uh-oh. I got a mess now, don't I?
Yeah. I think you're going to have to get out of your nice warm cab.
Uh-oh. Step back a little. I'm going to rotate.
Oh.
You know, I don't want to have to step too far out of the warm, Christy.
Right, yeah.
I hope I can move it. Operator error. I'll try closing my cab. Ooh, it get hot in here quick with that. I've got the fan on high here, and with the door open, it was fine. Oh my goodness. I'll have to either open the door or find the fan switch. I'm gonna go right toward Christy here and see what she says.
That's not funny.
Put dirt right in her face. Okay, my door's open again. Front window's open again. I couldn't handle that. It was too hot.
You made it look good behind it. So?
As soon as Tim got done pulling out all the stumps, Jacque came over and asked him to help with one more project, helping to stand up a tree that's almost fallen over beside his house. Jacque attached a strap to the teeth of the excavator bucket so he could use that to upright the tree.
Wow. It's moving it. You're saving a tree.
Maybe. I'm learning something as we go here. He's going to
Back
try
and-
to tie it to another tree up here.
Yeah.
Well, that's just going to be temporary. You can see if you go over there what I've done already. It tried to fall on the house last year. So you put a big auger in the ground and then you use a ratchet strap to,
Pull it backwards.
yeah. So I went up to those trees and then ratcheted it up straight and then put my auger in and then put the straps down around close to the tree. All right, go ahead and let off. That's good, yeah, just let off. Easy.
Now Jacque has a couple of more things that he wants Tim to do. Dig a hole and a couple of more roots to pull out. So Jacque just said he was going to dig this hole and then he can put the stumps in the hole and then put the dirt back in on top of it. Well, it's not taking him very long. I don't know how deep Jacque wants the hole. Not a bad option for stumps. Just dig a hole and put them in it. We could have hauled them off for him, but this way you don't have to haul them off, and well, he doesn't have to pay anything to dump them anywhere. I think Jacque can push the dirt back in with his bobcat, so it'll work out well for him.
Okay, on to the next project Jacque has for us, pulling out these old bushes. Shouldn't be a problem for Casey.
That's been in there for a while.
This one looks bigger again.
That's good, we can shovel the rest. I think I can get this to go straight down and pull those two tubes.
Yeah, I can get them.
Oh, Jacque's found more stuff for him to do. There they went.
That's pretty good, isn't it?
Well, that didn't take very long.
Looks like there's another stump in here. Do you want it out?
You know, that's an ash. You can see if it's going to move. I don't know if it will or not.
Okay, here he comes. Traffic. Oh, he's digging in. Ah, there he goes.
Well, we're all done with this one. This project's actually been pretty fun for me because, well, there's been several challenges. These hills have been an interesting challenge. So have the, well, just some of the digging. Those last stumps and all right close to the house, that was an interesting challenge. So I hope you've enjoyed this. This has been the first use of Big Casey, and I've been pretty impressed. He was Well, he wasn't very hard on the yard, and it was kind of muddy, so I was happy with that. And the strength is much more than little Casey was. So I don't know. You know, we'll keep evaluating that as time goes on. Thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure to check out our website, tractortimewithtim.com, and we'll see you next time on Tractor Time with Tim. That's a little touchy moment, that's for sure. There's probably a better way to handle that, but I haven't figured it out yet.
He has to turn himself sideways. Well, he has to turn Casey sideways.
Happy, happy, happy. I've enjoyed this. This has been good therapy for me.